What's up, everybody? So, when you are going on a spiritual journey, people will demonize you the moment you start removing yourself from the things that once weighed you down. And as you know, about a year ago, I restarted my spiritual journey, and I've been open about moving away from Christianity, not because I don't believe in God, but because I have always had issues with organized religion, and especially the ones that are so rooted in misogyny and historically was used as a weapon and a fear tactic against people who look like me. But we'll get into that later, okay? We'll get into that later. What I will say is, ever since I stepped into my spiritual path, I actually pray a lot more. And I'm very intentional with my prayers, okay? So that's the first thing. I work on my connection daily with the Creator. And that's actually one of the things I started implementing in my prayer is God, the Creator of all. That's how I associate. That's how I make sure that my prayers are reaching the Most High. Okay, or making sure I'm addressing the one and only Creator is how I like to put it. Okay, and through prayer and meditation, I've learned to trust my intuition and pay attention to the things that I may have overlooked in my past, from family to friends, co-workers. And one of the biggest things that came up was my relationship with my mother and my brother. And I finally started putting my foot down and demanding that my boundaries be respected. And I have always believed in respecting my elders. I always do. Okay, but let's be very clear. That does not mean that I allow you to talk to me any kind of way. I don't allow you to walk all over me, and I don't allow you to guilt trip me. And if you cross my boundaries, I will tell you once, okay? Hey, I didn't like that. You that was not okay. Okay? After that, I'm making an exit. I'm exiting from that space because I don't want it. And I don't care what your relation is to me. Mother, father, sister, cousin, brother. I don't care. Okay? So yes, I cut my mother and my brother off. Period. And since doing that, I've felt a huge weight actually lifted off of me. I'm reclaiming my peace, and I'm in a space of reclaiming all of the good things that are actually meant for me without having to put my energy into other spaces. And let's be clear, this isn't just about them. This applies to everyone. Again, like I said, friend, family, whoever. I'm not playing about my peace at all. Okay? And before my official spiritual transformation, I was already reading tarot. So let's just get that out the way right now. I was already reading tarot. I was already using herbal medicine and changing my diet. But the moment I started putting my foot down, suddenly the people I cut off decided to paint me as crazy or say I've got demons whispering in my ear. And if you know me, you know that I've always been a sweet person. I've always been very kind and genuine, to say the least. That hasn't changed. I'm just more aware now. I don't overgive. I don't overextend. I reset when I'm drained. I listen to my intuition more. And if something just doesn't feel right to me or my spirit, it's simply put, I'm not doing it. If you think that's a demon, that is your problem, not mine. And I will say this again. I don't care. My mother took it upon herself very recently to reach out to family and tell them to pray for me because demons are whispering things that aren't true. Listen. If you are a family member and you've received a message like this, please continue to do me the biggest favor ever. Think what the fuck you want to think. I don't care. I don't. God knows my heart at the end of the day. And if you got an issue with me cursing in this video and mentioning God, again, that's a problem you take up with yourself, not me. Because like I said before, God knows my heart. He knows my spirit. He knows my mind. So that's the end of that. I will not be manipulated into reconnecting with someone who was harmful to my spirit. It's funny, though, that my boundaries were never an issue until they applied to these individuals. But I digress. We're going to leave that for whatever. I've spent most of my life caring about what other people think. Now, I just don't. I'm free from what does not serve me, what does not belong to me, and that includes people and their negative thoughts or beliefs about me. So, to my family, I love you. Please don't reach out and say anything along the lines of, but that's still your mother or that's still your brother. That is a generational curse that I have broken. It is over. It is ended. Save your breath. Family doesn't give anyone the right to gaslight and manipulate or disrespect you. It just doesn't. I will cut someone off real quick. I'll cut a ninja off real quick. And again, that applies to everyone. There is no special accommodation for people who are blood or friends who've been my day ones. It's no exception. If I feel that it ain't right, I'm going to check out. I didn't do that before. And that includes relationships. Because, you know, some people might be like, well, she wasn't checking out. Yeah, do me a favor, save that. Because that includes that. I have been very much single for a while now. Taking some time. So you can say that for someone else. Again, I love my family. But I have receipts. So don't do anything crazy. That's what I'll say. Don't say anything crazy about me. Please don't. Believe what you want, but keep my name out your mouth. This is not me coming from a place of ego. This is you speaking negatively on my name affects my healing journey, and I'm just not with it. So you have nothing nice to say. We're going to take it back to that age-old thing of we're not going to say anything at all. Okay? Well, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Have the day, the week, the year you deserve, honey. Okay? Have a wonderful day.